let's talk about how some of the people that you are surrounded by are siphoning you of your energy based off of the words that they are speaking in and over your life. Some of you are surrounded by enemies and don't even know it. Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Such a Woman podcast. I am your host, Dale Pasco, and over here we like to explore womanhood and femininity through the lens of faith. So if it is your desire to become the woman of your dreams and to glorify God at the same time, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications to know when I post weekly. I want to thank every single one of you who have subscribed. Thank you so much for all of the support. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers, so go ahead and keep hitting that subscribe button and connect with me on Instagram. I'm back on Instagram now. I'll put my name somewhere on the screen, somewhere. But for now, let's go ahead and get into this video. Now, I know we often talk about how there's Judases in our lives, which is definitely true. But there are some people in your life that are just plain nasty and they're just there just to be there. They really hold no relevance to where you are right now. And you're not catching the words that they're saying because it's coming in the form of a joke. It's coming as concern. It's coming as a prayer focal for you. It's coming as something they picked up in the spirit or a dream that they had. And the truth is, God has not shown them anything. They're just there to be a distraction and to be like a little nag in your soul, basically siphoning you because you're thinking that they're there for other purposes, but they're really there to deplete you of your energy. So in this video, I really want to speak to you about the power of words from other people in your life and give you some keys on how to target these words so that you're not just giving people free will and the luxury of just entering your life and doing whatever they want with it by their words. It's time you take back your authority and own your life. It's okay to shut words down when you know they aren't aligning with who you are and where you're going. However, you have to know those things in order to shut these words down. When you don't know where you're going, then any word sounds good. Even when it sounds crazy, it's like, okay, well, maybe. And you start conforming your life to these words that are being said knowingly and sometimes unknowingly. So for instance, maybe you have a friend that's always making little slight jabs at you through jokes. And this person's like, girl, why are you always dressing up? You think you're all that? Dress down some. However, you know that God said, this is a season that I want you to present yourself this way. This is how I want you to show up. This is how I want you to take care of yourself. But then this friend sees your transformation and your change as you doing too much. So a way to quote unquote humble you is by speaking against your change and your transformation. Although those things may not seem like a big deal, sometimes it can really play on your mind and you not even know it. You don't have to walk in fear or be paranoid, listening for every single thing to see if people are going to say something negative. That's not the point of this video. You have more people rooting for you than you do that are conspiring against you. You do need to be conscious of what's being spoken into your life. Sometimes things are spoken with ill will. Sometimes words are laced with venom. Sometimes words come packaged as a joke, but they're really used as weapons to destroy your movement, your momentum. And I really do hope that you are surrounded by amazing people. However, we're going to have people in our lives who don't like us. It's part of the process, whatever. But to be around someone that you know or have realized is definitely not for you, even though God has given you warnings or he's shown you things and said, hey, pull away, correct those words or address this because that is doing something in the atmosphere of your life. To be around that and not check it or fix it can actually have some major kickback. In order to effectively live your life, you have to be okay with addressing some things that may be uncomfortable. This may be from a friend, this may be from a sister, from a parent, from a leader even. If somebody is constantly speaking death over your life, you need to ask God what's really going on or where you need to be. Be intentional with who you are surrounded by. And yes, like I said, there are going to be some times when people don't like you and they're around for whatever reason. Maybe the Lord has you in a position where you are mentoring them and they still don't like you, but that does not mean that you just let people do whatever they want with your life with their words. One of the first things you need to do is take responsibility for your life. Nobody should have so much control, authority, or power over what it is that you're doing to where you're not able to function, where you're not able to get out of the bed, where you can't think straight, where you now have to take medication, where you feel like you have to just roll over and die. I remember being in a space where I was going through so much relationally and I felt so down. I was tired. I was losing so much weight. I was stressed out. I didn't want the sunlight coming in my room. I was oversleeping, under eating, binging on things that I didn't need to be binging on. And I remember crying out one night to the Lord and just saying, do you see what's going on? Do you see what these people are doing? I'm tired. I cannot handle anymore. And I remember the Lord's voice so vividly saying, why are you giving them so much control over your life? This is the life that I designed you to live. This is the life that I ordained for you to live. So why do they have so much say so as to whether you're going to get up and take control over your day? Why do they have so much say so as to whether you're going to eat or not eat? Why do they have so much say so over whether you get rest or not? Who are you? Do you understand who you are? And when you don't have a full realization of who you are, you will allow anything to happen in your life. Let go of people who are trying to hold you in a place of stunted growth. Stop letting voices tell you how your day is going to go and listen to what God is saying. I speak about this often. There's always going to be somebody who does not agree with what God wants for your life, or they're going to have a plan for your life that seems like it's good, but it doesn't align with what God truly wants for you. Sometimes we stay connected to people because we're so used to them being there, or we connect to people because we haven't dealt with traumas, or they're familiar. But when you figure out why you are alive at this current time, then you're better able to say, okay, these are the type of people I need to be connected to. This is how this person will sound in my life. I know currently that I need to be around other visionaries and people who are making moves in the world. I cannot be hanging around people who are okay with just catching and grabbing low-hanging fruit, right? I know that. So because of that, I know how these people that I'm looking to be connected to have to sound. I know how their days have to look. Now, I don't know every single intricate detail of their day, but I understand the premise of what I'm looking for. Hey, are you taking care of yourself? Are you speaking to yourself nice? Are you around other people and other visionaries who are doing amazing things? Are you an amazing wife to your husband or willing to learn how to be? Is your husband loving you? How are you as a mother, right? These are things that I'm looking at because I want to be around a certain type of woman and connected to certain type of individuals. So when you know how to do that, now your ear's being fine-tuned to a specific type of language and speech. So you want to fine-tune your ear after you figure out what is it that I want and what does my time look like in order to figure out who you need in your life. You know, we become so comfortable with like the mundane things, the things that seem easy, that seem basic. And because of that, people get access into our lives to just say whatever they want, to have an opinion for everything, even though it was never asked of them, to feel as though what they say overrides what it is that we truly desire. But when you start to live on purpose, you strip that audacity back from people. Some people are really careful with what they bring to me, what they speak in my life, what they speak over my life, and how they address me, because I set that standard. People do not play with me, and those that try get corrected quickly because I don't play about what people speak in my life. And the reason I don't play about that is because I know who I am and what I'm here for and what I need to be doing. And so I'm not trying to have people just saying stupid stuff into my life, and now I have things that I have to fight over here because I never addressed it, right? And so when you understand purpose, when you understand yourself, Now you can say to that person, I don't even play like that, and allow them to get offended. You can't be afraid of people getting offended by you protecting your life. You're not going to come to me just saying whatever because you feel like you've seen something that says, oh, let me just speak this into her life, or because, you know, you just had this random dream and now you just want to drop it in my lap and run off. You better come with clarity. Right. So figure out who you are. What do you have solutions for? What type of people are you drawn to? How do you like to live? What is your substance aside from the Lord? How did he design you to be in this earth for this time? I remember somebody came to me and they just started speaking random stuff about my body and saying that the Lord was telling them that I had certain things going on with like my ovaries and stuff like that. Mind you, I have never in my life had any type of issues with my reproductive system, nothing. And after this person came to me with these words, my body began to hurt. And God said, rebuke those words because that's what they're dealing with. But it came to plant a seed. Now, what's crazy is when we think on things, our minds are so powerful that it can impact our body in such a way that it makes that thing a reality. And so if I never would have listened to what the Lord said and rebuked those words, who knows what would be going on with my body right now? And I share this because what you allow people to speak in your life matters. Their opinions, them being naysayers, the encouragement, the crazy words, the funny words, the little sly jokes. Some things are good, some things are bad. You can't chase every single word of what people are saying, but there are times when God will reveal things to you so that you can specifically hit those words and knock them out of your life and cancel the assignment. Every single word that is spoken in this life comes with an assignment from a spirit. It's either from the Holy Spirit or it's from the demonic realm. And if you are not careful with demonic words that are coming and aiming at your life, you can go through things that you were never supposed to go through. You will take on sicknesses and diseases that were never supposed to touch your body. Sicknesses of the soul, diseases of the soul, that's not your portion. And if you have somebody in your life that feels as though they can just speak whatever into your life because it's them, or because they feel like you won't say anything back, or they're just comfortable, listen, you got to get a backbone. Be okay with offending people. If people try to bring me mess, I'm quick to say, what does that have to do with me? That's the first time, right? As a warning. And if they don't get the warning, then their feelings get hurt. And I'm okay with that because I have to guard my ears. I have to guard what enters my heart. I have to guard the way I see people, the way I'm thinking. I have to guard my dreamscape. I have to guard my imagination. I have to guard my life. But when you don't have a guard up around your heart, you allow people to just bring you any type of information. And there's nothing wrong with saying that has nothing to do with me. That doesn't apply to me. I don't care for that information. Please don't bring that to me. And if they continue to do so, that shows that they don't respect you. They don't honor your request. And they're probably seeing you as a trash can because why are you bringing me this junk? Anybody that sees me as a trash can in that way can get dismissed. I make that claim unapologetically. I do not mind at all. The Bible says that the righteous see trouble and they flee from it. Now, I don't mind laboring with people through seasons where they're just, they're learning different things. But if I'm starting to see that that's your character, baby, bye. I care about my name. I care to be integral. I care to have clean hands and a pure heart so that I can deal with God's people accordingly. But when you allow people to just bring you whatever, that really, it taints your experience of life. It taints what you put out in life. It taints when you touch things, you don't have that Midas touch. Things aren't turning to gold because you're allowing them to be tainted based off of some trash that you allowed somebody else to put in your ear. A bug in your ear. When somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, just let me drop this little bug in your ear. Absolutely not. That made my ear itch. No. Listen to words people speak to you. Why would you want to drop a bug in my ear? Why? To infest me with what? Absolutely not. Why is it that you can only talk to me about certain things when other people aren't around? And not your own situations and issues or, victories, nothing like that. but you try to be low-key messy. Why is it that you always want to come to me talking about, hey, I want to pray about this person, but you never say it when they're around? Why is that? So pay attention to the language of people, because it will really show you where their heart is regarding you, what their assignment can be in your life. Some people come to your life just to bring mess, and if that seems to be the reoccurring theme from this person, be okay with distancing yourself. I'm not the individual who's going to put up with nonsense like that. I've tried it, I've done it in the past, and no, I don't want to be around that. And so I have a very, very short fuse and low tolerance for stupidity and nonsense. In order to get to a place of not being moved and bothered by people so that you can protect your mind and your space, be okay with confronting things. Confrontation is not bad. It's actually extremely healthy. There's nothing wrong with sitting down with a friend or acquaintance and saying, I don't like this, or I do like this, but I would like this to be tweaked a little bit. And it doesn't mean you have to cut everyone off, not at all. However, your relationships are a reflection of you. And if some of those relationships are taking you to a place that you know is not glorifying to God, and it's stripping you of the purity that the Lord has bestowed upon you, bye-bye. I wanted to share that because sometimes we wrestle with things in life because of the voices of other people. And I want you to take authority over your life. I want you to take that power that God has given you back. So I really do hope that this video was helpful to where you are right now, so that you're able to step into this next phase of life, this next year, this new season with clear eyes, a sound mind, ears that can hear, and a heart that can receive, so that you can know when somebody with false agendas is coming to strip you of what it is that God has for you at this time. Whether that be the enemy, your own negative internal voice, or people around you that aren't seeing clear. Sit around people who can see clearly and who are committed to understanding you in this season. I'll say that. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and remember, you are her in real life. All right, see ya.